The title of this short podcast is Be the Sun. I think about this often, and I need to think about it even more. That the way that the sun shows up in our world is that it's always shining, period. It doesn't matter what you look like, where you were born, what your status is, how you behave, whether that is treat people kindly or treat them poorly, whether you're kind to yourself or unkind. It does not matter. It shines on everyone exactly the same. And even more than that, it never says at the end of every day, you owe me. Wow. How do I get to that? Life has a great way of helping you work on that. If that is part of your, personal or spiritual aspiration. I think about all the people in my life that have contributed to me in that way. They're never looking for a thank you. They're just giving. They're never looking for credit. They're just doing. I have this amazing group of friends who serve as our ToBeRe community as instructors, and they don't get paid. They pay dues. And after every class that they do, they never text me and say, "Hey, Keith, I taught class today," eliciting a thank you from me. They never do it. They just show up. I'll come in, the trash will be taken out into the studio. Equipment will be wiped down. Things will be set up the next morning for the group that is coming in. And they never once say, "Hey, Keith, I did this." They just do it. They wipe down the bathroom for the people that are coming after them. And they are just kind and incredibly giving. Never once looking for credit or a thank you. They just do it. They're never saying, "Keith, you owe me." Now, over the years, I know there have been some people that are not part of ToBeRe who haven't understood this. Like, how could you guys go and do this for Keith and all this other stuff, and he's not paying you? And their reply has been, "Man, I get to go and do this for all these people that make up the ToBeRe community." Wow. And I think about all the people outside the ToBeRe community that do this on a daily basis all the time in our schools, in our communities, at healthcare organizations. They go above and beyond what they're getting paid to do that. The volunteers that walk around the hospital greeting people, serving the people who are paid to be there and helping them with their jobs, they're not looking for a thank you. They're just there to serve, never once saying, "You owe me." In my own life, this is something that I've had to work on. I have thought of myself as being a kind and polite person, but I've had to check myself along the way that when someone doesn't respond in a way that I think they should, I feel myself closing, or I used to feel myself close inside. For example, if we're going into a place of business and someone who I don't know is walking toward the door, either before me or at the same time that I'm walking to the door, or after me, I'll hold the door open so they can enter before me. And if they don't say thank you, the old me used to be so upset. What am I? The door person? I'll wait after you, Your Highness. I'll be out here, valeting your vehicle or your chariot when you get back. I'd be so upset that I wasn't thanked. When I had friends who had kids who I would give them birthday gifts or, holiday gifts, and the kids wouldn't text me back to say thank you. I'd be like upset, like, man, like you're very, you express gratitude well, right? How are you parenting those kids that they wouldn't like call someone back to say thank you or whatever. And at one point, I had to begin to check myself. Like, if you need a thank you for the things that you do, then don't do them. Like, it's called giving. It's called a gift, meaning nothing, expecting nothing in return. Now, when people do it, fantastic. Like they are living their lives by expressing gratitude. That's wonderful and they're beautiful. But if they don't do it, still keep your heart open. So I've worked on that and I've gotten a lot better at it. And I'm certainly grateful for that. And here at ToBeRe, we have a culture in which we encourage people to say thank you. But the moment that they don't, my heart is not closing to them. I'll remind them about what we're working toward and that we want to be a community that expresses gratitude frequently for the things that people do to us. And we don't want to take those things for granted. But the heart isn't going to close if someone doesn't. And if someone reminds you to say thank you, hopefully your heart won't close to the reminder because it's a great exercise to become really good at. And so I'll say all that to say that I'm continuing to work on expressing gratitude and performing acts of service on a constant basis and doing so without telling people or internally saying to myself, you owe me. I hope you're doing the same.